An oral presentation really involves you preparing and presenting either to one assessor or to a group of assessors. There are three elements to it. There's the preparation, the presentation, and the question and answers at the end.
And it's very much about communicating a message in terms of what's the situation that you're discussing and what's your perspective or angle on it and why is that important.
You may, as a candidate, have been sent the information in advance and asked to prepare in advance on a particular topic and then told to bring slides or flip charts or your notes with you to present that day.
Or, in an alternative scenario, you're just told there is a presentation exercise that you're going to do when you turn up, and you know no more than that, and you'll be given the brief when you do. And they both require different levels of preparation. The former one, you've got to prepare the presentation itself. The latter one, all you need to do is really think about, what have I got to do to make sure I deliver a good presentation?
Please save your presentation. Save it to the desktop, save it to any drives that you can, save it to the USB key that you're given. I've seen so many people who've come to present and have lost their presentations. It's just been awful.
A typical example of an oral presentation would be where you're given the role, for example, as a customer service director or a customer service person, and you're given some information about the organisation's customer service strategy or its situation or a particular problem. And what they're asking you to do is read and digest the information and come up with your recommendations in a presentation to an individual within the organisation. Could be your immediate line manager or somebody associated.
And if you're not a very confident presenter, then just practice making presentations on anything. It doesn't matter what the topic might be. It's just refining your presentational skills, and present to a friend or colleague and ask them to give you some feedback, and that will be good practice.
And what you've got to do is basically provide them with your recommendations in an engaging and an inspiring presentation, and take question and answers at the end.
The competencies for an oral presentation, again, are going to be things around your communication skills and your influencing skills, and your ability to respond in the moment, particularly to questions that you're asked, or if they challenge or change the scenario around you.
The ability to put forward a coherent explanation of the subject that you're talking to. Like all good presentations, it has a beginning, a middle and an end. You obviously have to engage your audience with eye contact, and you have to sort of tune into the audience, look at how they're responding to what you're saying, maintain their interest.
Unfortunate examples of seeing people not do well at a presentation would be people who literally dry up within the first couple of minutes.
And needs to just take their time and start again. They just blank, or just their nerves just really do get the better of them. The other side of that is the person who is so well prepared, it doesn't sound real anymore. They'll talk too fast, they sound as if they're just being mechanistic, and there's nothing about them in their presentation anymore.
The opposite of that, which is they're only just getting to the interesting bit when the time runs out. Or people who just literally think they've got the answer, but it's the answer to a different question, and they haven't really focused on what the assessment is looking for.
And you need to be very careful about how you use humour. I would always recommend that you don't tell jokes in a presentation. They're going to backfire in one way or another. There are very few jokes, unless they're self-deprecating jokes, that don't have a target and won't potentially upset someone. And because you don't know your audience, it's too much of a risk. So I wouldn't do it.
If you're given 10 minutes to present and 10 minutes for questions, that's exactly what's going to happen. You will only be given 10 minutes. So prepare a presentation that conveys your message clearly and succinctly in the time available for it.